How many times do I have to come out and say that this Houston Texans offense will not only shock the Houston city, but shock the NFL? We're going to discuss it next. Man, let's cue the intro.
It's the city of the dream team. Hakeem, two ring, Beyonce, yeah, me. And I remember hot summer, hot winter. I couldn't fight, so the block.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 713 Houston Sportcast. I'm your host, Ruben Calavillo. Guys, if you like what you're watching, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, feel free to comment. If you want to be in the Houston Texans group chat on Twitter, drop your ad, and I'll definitely add you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Houston Texans offense is definitely slept on. I'm going to just tell you that right now. They think because of the loss of DeAndre Hopkins, our offense is going to be horrible. Our team is going to be absolutely horrible. You know, they have us only winning 4 to 6 games. They have us being one of the lowest in offensive ratings and offensive proficiency. They have the Houston Texans absolutely horrible. They have us being not even a competitive team, not even a playoff team. They have us third in our divisions. They think that the Colts, they think that the Titans are going to be better than us. My question is, why? Do people now forget that we have Deshaun Watson, a transcendent quarterback who, I don't care what you say, Texas Unfiltered has talked about this as well, but Deshaun Watson is going to be an elite quarterback, an MVP quarterback in the next upcoming years. Deshaun Watson is probably one of the most clutch quarterbacks we have seen in the past couple years. We've seen it against the Bills. We've seen it against the Patriots. We've seen him come back against the Saints. Deshaun Watson is an electric type player. And for you to think that he is going to let this Houston Texans team suck is absolutely ludicrous. What Deshaun Watson does is not only does he make himself better, he makes the team around him better. And yes, you get rid of another wide receiver, a very good wide receiver, but you add two. You add Brandon Cooks, who is an elite deep threat, who has very underrated hands, who has amazing route running, and you cannot double team him. You cannot double team Brandon Cooks. Why? Because his partner in crime on the other side of the field, Will Fuller, is an absolute speed demon. Another elite deep threat wide receiver. Will Fuller at any moment can pop off over the top. And you know, he does have questions with his hands. But Will Fuller looks like he's in the best shape of his life. If he stays healthy, him and Cooks can absolutely just destroy secondaries. Why? Because you cannot afford to cover those two. And if you try to, here's what happened. We finally have a very good slot wide receiver in Randall Cobb, who last year, in his first year in the slot, had over 800 yards, 5 to 6 touchdowns, and you think that you're going to be able to stop this offense? Really? And if that's not enough, we have second season with the Texans, Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills, whenever there was a big play that was needed, Kenny Stills answered the bell. In his first game with the Houston Texans, he caught the goal that would have been go-ahead touchdown against the Saints. And, in the game that we beat the Patriots, Kenny Stills had a huge touchdown. These wide receivers alone are what's gonna make this Houston Texans offense absolutely spectacular. Oh, and you want to talk about tight ends? We have the best tight end in the red zone, the most touchdowns in Darren Fells. Is he gonna stretch the field? Absolutely not, but that's why you got Jordan Akins. That's why you got Jordan Thomas. And you guys better hope that Kahale Warren doesn't become something special. Because what we heard from last season was that in training camp, you want to know who the best tight end was? It was Kahale Warren. Hopefully he gets on the field, and y'all better pray he doesn't become, a tight end that could run across the middle, that could go up and get the deep ball. You have a wide receiver group that's stacked. You have a tight end group that can show promise and that can show up. And then you got 2 running backs. You got David Johnson, who you just traded for, who said himself that I am happy to be here. I am glad that billobrien wants me here. I would do whatever I possibly can to do great for the Houston Texans. You're going to add him, who is one of the best at catching the ball for a running back. And then alongside him, you're going to have Duke Johnson, who we know when he has the balls in his hands, he is going to make something happen. He is going to make people miss. You want to add those two as running backs and receiving threats? How are you going to stop that? Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When Cooks and Fuller are going to start eating and they're going to start taking the top off, defenses are going to want to back up and keep everything in front of them. And you know who is going to eat? The running backs who catch out of the backfield. You have 2 of the best running backs in the NFL who could catch out of the backfield. And not only that, ladies and gentlemen, you have an offensive line who I've talked about so much, an offensive line that I believe will be very good if they stay healthy. And not only that, consistency is what matters. We've seen great championship teams win. Why? Because consistency. They may not have the best overall players, but when they play together and they grow with each other, they become dangerous. The offensive line is going to be crazy. And then you have the MVP quarterback. The guy who's going to win the MVP this year in Deshaun Watson. A lot of people have ridiculed us for everything we've done. This Houston Texans offense is going to be dangerous. I don't care if you call me delusional. I don't care if you call me biased. This Houston Texans offense is going to be super scary. And the only question is who we're going to play next. Because once this Houston Texans offense gets going, guys, it's going to be crazy. We haven't seen this type of offense. Us as fans have not seen this because Tim Kelly's not calling the plays. We know that in the bright spots, Deshaun Watson's going to step up. In crucial games, the Houston Texans offense has showed up and is going to get better. Deshaun Watson is going to lead this Houston Texans offense and be absolutely dangerous. Let me know what you guys think about the hate this offense is getting from the national media. As always, guys, go Texans. You guys have a blessed day.